Q with her singing ass. Let's get to the show.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Q, and today we are making a beautiful, hearty, delicious, robust lasagna, and it's gonna be made with ground beef and with spicy Italian sausage. Very delicious, very beautiful, very fulfilling. Y'all, let's get it. All right, so right now y'all saw me dicing up this white onion, and now I'm gonna do the same with this green bell pepper that I have. So we're gonna go ahead and dice up the rest of this green bell pepper, because y'all know I don't waste nothing, okay? I do not waste my ingredients. You know what I'm saying? If it's still good, I'm still gonna use it. Let's go. All right, so we're dicing up this green bell pepper. Beautiful. Let's get it. And now we have a serrano chili, and I'm gonna dice that up as well. First I'm gonna cut it into rings, then I'm gonna split those rings in half, and then we're just gonna mince it up, period. All right, now that that's done, we have a hot pot with some 100% grapeseed oil, and we're gonna get to sauteing these aromatics. And here's a little ASMR for y'all. All right, that is beautiful. And now y'all saw that I added in some more garlic. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna add in our meat. The first meat that we're adding in is a 80-20 ground beef. We're gonna go ahead and throw that in there. And we're also gonna add in some hot Italian sausage. Yes, delicious. Okay, now the reason why I decided to do it like this, normally I do like a turkey lasagna, stuff like that, but I really wanted to have the actual flavors, you know what I'm saying? I like to do things in a different kind of way, and I tried something else that I didn't like today, but the way that I did it made it fire, and y'all gonna see what it is in just a little bit. But for right now, we're just breaking up this meat, you know what I'm saying, and getting it into nice, you know, chunks. I don't want it too ground, like small. I want some beefiness. But now it's time to season that meat, baby, because y'all know we gotta season the meat. You know what I'm saying? You know we gotta season this food. So let's get it. All right, so first we're gonna start off with some fresh black pepper. Y'all know what it is, the fresh black pepper. We're gonna throw out some red crushed pepper, and we're gonna throw in some turmeric, some paprika. Hey, paprika. Some perfect pitch Italian seasoning. Yes, go ahead and throw that in there. Some garlic powder. Beautiful. And we also threw in some oregano flake, and I think I had the two transfixed or transposed one of them. We threw in a little bit of Lari seasoning salt, some onion powder, because we are going to season this sauce again once we add in the other saucy components. We're going to throw in a little poultry seasoning, you know what I'm saying, which adds a beautiful herby flavor. Yes. And now what we're going to do is we're going to give this a stir first and incorporate all those beautiful seasonings. And now we're going to add in our other ingredients. Yes, we're going to start to add in some Worcestershire sauce, because I can say Worcestershire sauce. We're going to throw in a little Marsala wine. Yes, getting a little fancy. We're going to throw in some thyme, some dried thyme. Yes, we're going to go ahead and throw some of that in there. Y'all know I love to put the thyme in. Period. We're going to throw in some parsley, you know, just to add in a beautiful color and flair. And we're just going to allow these flavors to come together for a little bit. And then we're going to add in some tomatoes, some diced tomatoes and chilies. And this is how we're going to start to build that sauce. You know what I'm saying? We're going to add in those diced tomatoes and chilies, that rotel that Lego. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And that also adds texture to this sauce as well. You know what I'm saying? Because of those beautiful pieces of tomato. And so we're adding in also peeled tomatoes, like whole tomatoes, and that's gonna be the actual sauce. And I'm gonna show y'all what I do with my whole tomatoes. Now, y'all see I got my emulsion blender. I love this thing. You wanna get a firm grip on that can because you don't want that to spin out. Sauce will be everywhere. But you see how simple and easy that was? And now you have a fresh base for your sauce. You know what I'm saying? And now we're gonna go ahead and continue with our building of this sauce. And you see how we're just allowing things to simmer. You know what I'm saying? This is not a sauce that can be rushed. This is one of those you want to allow it to just go ahead and do what it's doing. Now we're going to reconstitute some tomato paste with some water. First, we're going to add in a little bit of balsamic vinegar. You know what I'm saying? I already added that in, but I wanted to show you guys the bottle and, you know, that I put it in there, giving that a good stir. You know what I'm saying? And now we're going to add in the reconstituted tomato paste, which is going to give this sauce a beautiful richness and a thickness. You know what I'm saying? Bringing it all together. Yes. And now we're adding in those crushed tomatoes that we, you know, blended with the emulsion blender. And we're just stirring that sauce together. And because we've added the tomato paste and we've also added the tomato sauce, you know what I'm saying, the crushed tomatoes, we're going to just allow this to cook a little bit. But first, we're going to add in our last bits of seasoning, and we're going to add in some dark brown sugar. And y'all already know this is not to make it all sweet, but it's to make it, you know, balanced, you know what I'm saying, to balance it out. We have some really pungent and robust flavors, and we're not eradicating those flavors completely, just adding some balance. And we're also going to add in some garlic powder. Yes. And just a tad bit more of the Lawry's, because what you don't want to end up doing is not seasoning your sauce enough, and you don't want to under season, and you don't want to over season. You feel me? So you just add your salt in small increments throughout your dish. That way you wind up using way less salt, and then you wind up actually salting things perfectly. Because if you add too much salt in the front end, it's not gonna come out right. You add too much in the back end, not gonna come out right. You feel me? And last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and throw in some bay leaves, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna allow this sauce to simmer, and I believe I let this simmer down for about an hour and a half. I allowed this to just simmer, and I would check on it periodically and give it a nice stir, turn the heat all the way down so that it can just do what it's doing. Now we're gonna make that ricotta cheese layer. And this, y'all, I do not like ricotta cheese like that. But the way that I made it and put it together in this dish, it was really delicious, and I really enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, because there's a certain graininess to ricotta that it's a textural thing. Y'all already know your girl has, you know, situations with texture, sensory issues, stuff like that. So texture means a lot to me. Flavor means a lot to me. You know, it just is what it is. And so we're seasoning this with some garlic powder, some salt, some black pepper. You know what I'm saying? Not having to do too much with this because the actual flavor of the ricotta is what's going to shine through. But you always gonna season the food, baby, because we gotta season the food. We also added in that parsley for some beautiful color, and the eggs. Now you saw those eggs. It was 2 eggs, but those came out of 1 shell. Isn't that dope? I love when little serendipitous things like that happen. You feel me? So now we're going to incorporate those eggs with that cheese and the whole mixture. Beautiful. I let this sit into the refrigerator until I was ready to go ahead and put together our beautiful lasagna. And that was just it. That was that. You know what I'm saying? Very simple, very delicious. Came together wonderfully. Period. Y'all, look at this sauce. Yes. So I went on ahead, checked on it, and now it's just doing the things are beginning to thang. You know what I'm saying? This was one of the checkpoints of me checking on the sauce and stuff and just giving it a stir. Now look at this. This is after an hour and a half of cooking and just letting it, and you see how those flavors have condensed and come together. You see the deliciousness, and because we're using lean meats, it's not super duper oily or greasy, you know what I'm saying? But there is a beautiful unctuousness present, which is just, oh my God, mind blowing, delicious. Now look at that. Now it's time to put this thing together. So we're going to start off with a layer of sauce, and we do the layer of sauce as a beginning layer because we don't want the noodles and stuff to stick to the bottom of our pan. You feel me? And this makes for a completely easy, very much so easier cleanup afterwards. Okay, so let's get this back on to looking directly at what I wanted to look at. Because it's kind of turned to where y'all can't really see it. But these are not oven ready noodles. These are the actual take your time and boil these noodles, which I'm really happy about that. Plus I want to start getting into making my own pasta. It just seems so fun, you know what I'm saying? And I have made noodles and things like that before, but I really want to just like make actual pasta, raviolis, like just really get into the whole thing. And then we added another layer of sauce after that noodle cheese, and now we're adding in some spinach. Yes, God, honey. Y'all know I had to I'ma always find some kind of way to put some vegetables in my mix, period, because it's delicious and it's nutritious and it's good for your baby. So now we're adding in another layer of noodles, and we're adding in that cream layer with that ricotta cheese and all those beautiful seasonings that we put in there. Yes, keeping it delicious, keeping it simple with the cheese layer. Actually, it's just something beautiful about the complex simplicity of it all. You know what I'm saying? There's complexity within the simplicity. You feel me? And so now we're adding more sauce, and the sauce is what's gonna carry the noodles to the next stage of cooking while it's in the oven. And let me break that down. I'm talking about as far as these noodles were not cooked all the way to their full doneness. I took these out at not a couple of ticks, but well before al dente. So you know they're pliable. I'm able to move them around, but they're very much so not done cooking. Do you see what I'm saying? There's still a rigidity to them that has to be cooked thoroughly inside the oven, which is beautiful because it gives space and time for all of the flavors to come together, the cheese, everything to melt, the egg within the ricotta to cook fully. You understand what I'm saying? So this is not a 1-2 bam 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 type of thing with this. Like I said, this one does take some time, but it is so satisfying in the end. Very delicious. Do you feel me what I'm saying? Now we're gonna do that top layer. First, we're going to add some of that Mexican cheese, and then we're going to add the Italian 5 cheese blend on top. I also have made, various lasagnas with fresh mozzarella, just whatever cheese is clever for you at the time. Go with that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be, like I said, a super pretentious or overthinking type thing. You know what I'm saying? If it's delicious cheese, it's gonna melt. Throw that shit off in there, period. So now we're gonna top this off with some fresh black pepper, some paprika, you know what I'm saying, some oregano for the herbaceous flavor, and we're gonna top that off with some parsley for the color. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this beautiful lasagna. I'm feeling real Garfield-ish right now. Yeah. We're going to take this beautiful lasagna. We're going to cover that in a dome formation so that it doesn't mess with the cheese. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to put that in the oven. You feel me? Yes, let's go. All right. And after about 35-40 minutes in the oven, voila. Beautiful. And now we're going to cook this with the top off for a little while. And now let's look at the plate up. Y'all, I allowed this lasagna to sit and to get nice and set. You know what I'm saying? Look at how beautiful that is. Hold on, my mouth is kind of juicy right now. My mouth is watering. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at the layers. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, beautiful. All right, y'all, and today I wanted to talk about finding things that are uniquely yours to do that make you happy. You know what I'm saying? And when I say things, I'm talking about like hobbies or, certain arts and crafts that you may do that, help you to get more into alignment with peace and happiness in your own personal time. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I love to do, y'all watching right now, like I love to make these videos. I love to cook. I love to, just really put a lot of energy into creating things. You know what I'm saying? Not just food, but like music, all types of different stuff. Arts and crafts, just a bunch of different things that really bring peace and clarity to my spirit. I love to write. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things I really love to do is write. And I love to write fiction stories. I love to write nonfiction, poetry, just all types of different things that really bring peace to my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, look at that, y'all. Just anyway. So yeah, I want y'all to start to look into doing things that are really fun and relaxing for you. You know what I mean? Especially going into this new week. Today is Sunday. It's also Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the beautiful fathers out there. You know what I'm saying? Just put that out there. I want y'all to really start to look at how you can really immerse yourself into things that are going to be good for your mental health, your physical health, your financial health. You know what I'm saying? Because all these things actually do matter in your life. I want to see you guys becoming more of yourselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole point. That's why I do these talks. That's why I say the things that I say at the end of my videos. Look at that, y'all. Ooh. Saucy, cheesy, meaty, unctuous, beautiful, delicious. Wow. Just packed full of delicious flavor. And you know what I'm saying? And like I said, these are things that I want you guys to do. Oh, and I also love to swim. I love to swim. You always want to have different hobbies and different things that bring you closer, you know what I'm saying, to who you are, bring you around to being yourself, things that are going to be good for your physical health, your mental health, your financial health, your spiritual health, all these different things, you know what I'm saying? And I know it can seem like a lot because there's so many different components, but the beautiful thing about it is once you start to put everything all together, and as it all comes together, you'll see just how simple it is. Sometimes it's just as simple as saying, you know what, instead of just being upset about a thing, I'm going to do something that's going to make me better and make me feel better and make me grow as a person. And you know how you gonna start to feel, y'all, for real. Once you start to really putting the pieces together and doing things that make you happy, you gonna feel amazing. Absolutely amazing. Period. Alright, y'all, thanks for coming through once again and vibing with your girl Q. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys like this art, go ahead and hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button so you can subscribe to your girl and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the freshness coming from the Fresh Squad. Hey. My God. Thank you for coming through,